Hello everybody, welcome to Hook, Line and Sinker. As you can see, the show's been going pretty well, so I bought a new boat.
What a load of rubbish. In fact, those of you who watch the show a little bit will recognise the boat. It is Straight Lady, and Straight Lady is owned by
James Luddington, the Lord of Lady Barrow.
Absolutely, but today on the show we're getting back to basics. It's bread and butter fishing, Hardy.
It is, Nick. We're going to catch a feed today. We're going to catch a broadbill.
Yep, a broadbill swordfish. Most of you who dangle a line from time to time will be fairly well across broadbill fishing. It's actually not dawn, it's late in the afternoon, and we're steaming out to the shelf.
They bite at night apparently, so we're going to fish all night, folks. That's the sort of sacrifice we make to bring you this fishing show. Let's see how we go. Double hooker. And we've hooked a good fish. This isn't a, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good big salt fish. Look at that. Well, folks, it is the black of night. It is as cold as a mother-in-law's kiss. James Luddington, welcome back to the show. Or you probably should be welcoming back to Straight Lady. We seem to be here a little bit.
Yeah, Nick, look, it's a beautiful night. There is a little bit of short roll, which is making us jump a bit. We'll get used to that. The moon's full. I don't think it's even cold, is it? You fellas used to go weather down south. No, it's going to be a good night.
It is. It's going to be a good night. We'll just keep geeing ourselves up that it's going to be a good night. But we're fishing for broadbill swordfish. Now, when we were saying how it's bread and butter fishing and back to basics, throw that out the window. This is long shot stuff, isn't it?
This is about as hard as you can get. We're out here hanging right on the edge of the shelf, 700-800 metres of water. We're in the dark. At 3 lines out, one on the surface, one to about 50 metres, one to 100 metres. We've got to focus, pay attention, change baits all night. And the hope that maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, bang, it'll be the big one.
That's if the crew isn't rolling around the decks throwing up.
Oh, well, I'll just drag him in for you.
Okay, folks, well, bread and butter fishing for tiddlers. This is our hook, this is our rod, this is our trace, 560 pounds. Nothing can bite through that, I don't think. Now, what we're doing is, James, if you could pass me the light stick. This is a light stick. I don't know if you can see it glowing. We'll show you that in a moment. It's on a rubber band. We're going to put that on the snap swivel. We're also going to put a sinker on it because we want to fish our bait down a bit. We're going to fish 3 rods tonight. We're out of dead drift. We're just going to drift at big squids over these canyons that we're on. We're out over the continental shelf. It's cold. The water's deep. And we'll see how we go. We're going to set this one down about 100 metres. We'll set another rod about 40 metres down. We'll set one about 10 metres on the surface. And the theory is the broadbill will come up and take one of those baits. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Well, kids, we've been here about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, and everyone was just getting a bit sort of lethargic, and all of a sudden,
Hit him, mate.
Hit him. Now, Nick, have you get clear?
we've got something. Not much.
Miss him.
No, I got it.
Go easy, because I'm in there as well.
No, you got him.
We've got something here, kids. We've got something, a denzian of the deep. Turn the ratchet off. And
Where am I?
you're involved, James. You're on top of me. Just lift your rod,
Right.
That's it. Oh, something,
Coming up, it's up the top.
yeah. It I'm not calling it a broadbill, Hardy, but it's taking line fairly steadily.
Now, Nick,
Yeah,
if this is a broadbill,
yeah.
then you'll be the first man in Tasmania
Yeah, to catch one.
to catch one on rod and reel.
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think you heard it. Yeah. Build it up for the
Build it up.
home.
If you're watching at
Might be a
home, folks,
broadbill.
if you've just turned on, you're probably watching a world record.
You are, in fact, watching a world record.
Now, has that sort of done it?
Well,
Sort of. Can you just tighten it up a little bit?
you can't. So here's a little tip, folks. When you're a big man like Nick, you need a different sort of belt. Because see here, this is Velcro. Yeah, Velcro's back there, not here. I'll just loop it under there or something.
I've got a few extra layers on today because it's not particularly tropical. Anyway,
Now this thing's coming up, whatever it is. We're about to get a look at it up.
there's something coming up from the depths, kids.
It's a shark.
It's a shark, and not a bad
It's a
shark.
mako shark. I don't even know. He reckons it's hooked.
That is a mako
Wow, it's a
shark.
very sleepy mako.
And we're
It's
just
not a
going to
bad
cut him
hit.
off.
Now, James is going to cut him.
There you go.
There he goes. Thank you very much. We've enjoyed your company.
Right. Well, that's a start, folks.
A little mako.
It is 6:15. It's going to be a long night.
Oh, I've got to go
That was good.
rest up for the broadbill. Just warmed up.
The noise you can hear behind is a generator. We've just got that running with a light shining in the water. We're just hoping that might bring something up. Activity creates activity. I'm a great believer in that. So if we can get some bait fish around the boat, then you never know, something bigger might come along. Now we're also just taking it in turns to sleep, and unfortunately for me, it's my turn not to sleep. James and Nick are both up the front catching a few zoos, so I'm down here. You've got to have someone on the lookout for a couple of reasons. Firstly, big ships. You don't want to get run over by one of them because that wouldn't be all that fun. It's cold enough out of the water than in it. Secondly, the rods. With the generator going, if you're inside, you might not hear one if it goes off. And also, it's a good idea to keep checking your baits every hour or so because there are little pickers about. I'm not sure what they are. I'm sure they look a million years old and all sorts of boogly looking things down there. But anyway, we'll just keep waiting, and you know, it is cold, it is rough. I keep picturing a beach in Phuket. I'll just keep picturing that.
Good morning, everybody. It's just before 1 a.m. and since our last shark there hasn't been too much going on, but as you can hear, there's another fish. I was actually having a bit of a snooze, and then I remembered I hadn't actually cracked my new light stick that I put on this rod, and so I came out to wind it up. And as I was winding it up, I felt some pressure, and that pressure has turned into quite a sizable mako shark. Fighting him out of the rod holder at this point, the Hawaiian technique, I believe that's called. But this shark, I think, is a little bit bigger than the first one we got. Not a broadbill, but something to get the crew out of bed. Come on, Hardy, I've got your fish! It's your turn, get up!
Right.
Right, what you've got here is
Yeah.
quite a big mako shark.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
The bed's still warm?
Yeah.
Alright. Good luck.
Oh, that really hurt. Oh. Dick, what about that harness?
Okay, Andrew, you want a kidney harness, take a bit of weight.
Oh, I want a bed.
Oh, geez, you young fellas, I don't know. Been asleep half the night. Rubbish. Left side. Right side. Okay, it's all yours.
Well, folks, I think we might be here for a little while. I'll try and wake up in the next 20 minutes or so. Hell of a way to get out of bed.
I didn't see you push that button.
What?
The non-police license.
What do you reckon, mate?
See you, fishy.
Dick,
What?
want to go back to bed?
No, you're up now, mate. That's
No.
it.
No, 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
Your sleep time's over. You've got
No.
20 minutes left.
I'll take it too. It's 20 past 2, folks. Now, we are indeed doing it in shifts tonight. My shift of sleep time went to 2 o'clock. So they got me out of bed. Quite rudely, I may add, too. And they went to bed. And this rod went off. But that's not all, there's more. James, who I now refer to as dropped this rod to the bottom. 500 metres deep here. So, I'm not that amused really. I wonder what we've got on.
Great, oozly, beefy.
Okay, line on the reel, all 625 metres off on the hole.
What a beautiful ling, Andrew.
Yeah,
It's a ripper. That is some nice eating.
so that's a pink ling, James.
Pink ling.
Very good. Looks like a bloody big
Let's
cod.
bring him up here. What's the second hook? Look at the colours.
Oh, what a prehistoric looking oogly type thing. Yeah. Apparently that's nice eating, so that's beautiful eating. All right, so we won't be going hungry. You're a big thing, aren't you? Right then, folks, if you just excuse me, I'm a little bit spent.
Morning has broken. Broken light. And that was officially the longest night in the history of mankind. Now, we're just about to move off, go home and go to bed. And James, who thoughtfully put his braided rod, the lazy, however, how far? This looks to be about 800 metres down to the
480 metres, Nick.
480 metres down to the bottom.
While everybody was asleep.
Well, everyone was
No one was asleep.
And then he started turning the handle. He said, Nick, get up. Just do 100 turns on the handle, just warm you up. It's probably some ugly thing from the deep. Or seaweed or something. But it's a hell of a way to greet the day. We had a rostering system last night of who would get to actually sleep in the bed.
Here we go.
And that just went completely out the window. Andrew refused to get out of the bed.
Oh, that's
And
rubbish.
slept the entire night.
That is absolute rubbish.
Our lighting engineer will need to be buried when we get home.
Yes.
So, it's been an interesting trip. This is probably a broadbill.
You done much on braided lines?
A fair bit of white there.
Yeah. And I think we can see some colour. Good grief.
Blue-eyed trevally.
Oh, good fish.
Good grief. Look at that.
Tasty, Nick.
Well done, Nick.
Good grief. Look at that thumping, great, oozily, beefy monster. Ah!
Oh, yes.
Strike.
What?
Now, where's the captain?
That. That's a
Nick,
good
you have
one.
done well.
Oh, now they're apparently not too bad to eat. You pay $23 for a
That
lightly
is,
pan-fried fillet of blue eye in a restaurant.
that is almost as good as you get. We've got ling, beautiful. Trumpeter, beautiful. A little bit closer in. Blue eye, magnificent. Big white flakes. Doing well.
Too deep. Too deep.
Let's go again.
Too deep. There's a little estuary I know of, not far from here.
Yeah, about 25 miles. We leave.
Righto, your turn.
This sort of fishing does sort the men from the boys.
Where's Aaron the sound man? I think he's
Yeah, Aaron
quite
will
keen
do
on this.
Hi.
Well, we're back in Port and James. The holy grail of Tasmanian fishing, world fishing for that matter, remains uncusped. We couldn't find that broadbill.
No, it's perseverance, Nick. You don't get them every time by any means. It's a great place to fish, but one's got to be there when the fish are there. Last night the current was running and we didn't see much on the surface, but next time you never know.
You never know. And as you told Andrew on a number of occasions, you can't catch broadbill while you're asleep in bed.
I don't remember being told that at all, Nick. But,
You wouldn't remember much.
No, that's rubbish. I think you're being unfair, but that was good fun. We at least we caught a feed, the trevally and ling and albacore. That wasn't too bad. The makos were fun. I think you'd often get something out there at night, wouldn't you, James?
Oh, you always get something, but that was a quiet night. We got a range of fish, but not the big one we were after.
Never mind, that's fishing, folks, and I guess that just about wraps up this little show of Hook, Line and Sinker. But before we go, we'll leave you with some of the best moments of the past series.
That nice fish. That just fell off the rod.
There you are, ladies and gentlemen. Southern bluefin tuna, Tasmania's premier, #1 game fish.
You're an idiot.
Well done.
It's stuck in the mud. Well, there you go.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a snapper. Right, honey, now I've got to make a decision. Are you a man or are you a mouse?
I think our barbecue, we've done enough, man. It's looking pretty good.
Oh, hang on. Well done.